Hey guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this topic, I wanted to talk about the narcissist instant karma. The narcissist instant karma, because for some reason, it's so hard to believe that these people are getting their karma while you're with them. You don't understand how deeply wounded and far from reality the narcissist is in their mind. If we could open up people's minds and pick at their brain and ask them questions, we can get as much information as we can about a person, but you still don't know that person's emotions, how they really feel about the topics that they're talking about, unless you have some high technology, that many of us do not possess. So the only thing we can do to get information is ask questions. This is why the narcissist will bombard you with questions. And sometimes it's the simplest questions that you answer these people that open up a can of worms, and you don't even realize it until you're so deep into the conversation with them. You think that you found someone just like you. Because the narcissists, they like information, depending on what type of narcissist you're dealing with. Even the lowest grade narcissists, the lowest of the lowest on the street, homeless, have a lot of information, and they can even talk to certain people where you'll think to yourself, this person is smart. What are they doing on the street? And that's because all of these people, it doesn't matter their level of intelligence, because the narcissists, a lot of them like to gain knowledge, and then they play stupid with you, and you think the narcissist is so dumb. The narcissist is like a little kid. The narcissist, keeps getting away with stuff. That's what they want you to believe, because they're con artists. So to them, their whole thing is deception. Their whole thing is deception, to the point where you're like, this person is dumb. A lot of times they're playing dumb with you. They know how ridiculous they look. Don't get me wrong. They know when they're lying. They know how ridiculous they look, but they love getting into the character, and they love fooling with you. They like looking at you in your eyes, and then later on, when the relationship is over, you're thinking, dang, that person was gazing at my eyes crazy. Sometimes they're watching me sleep. When I will wake up, they'll just look at me, or they'll be making eye contact with other people, and I felt uncomfortable, like they were talking about me through their eyes. So you don't realize that, because you were prey. They preyed on you. That's why you were like, they did have those big, eyes looking like the big bad wolf, right? It's like you think someone, the devil was once an angel, meaning that you thought something different from them. And the more you got deeper into the rabbit hole, you realized you were dealing with a devil, right? So with the narcissist instant karma, what that means is that's with everyone. Everything you put out, you get back in different ways. And you're going to have narcissists that are going to try to deceive you in believing that they don't get karma. And sometimes you feel like you're getting the worst part of it than them, right? The reason the narcissist even abuses you is because they feel like they've been in pain longer than you, regardless of your traumas. Even if you went through the same shit as them, they feel like they're deeply wounded in a way that you're not. This is why they mess with you in the first place, which is kind of jacked up. It's kind of jacked up. It's like someone giving you a fake $20 bill, and now you're short, and now you're getting in trouble for something that someone did to you, and you're like, what the fuck, right? Like, because you should have been paying attention. Because you should have been paying attention, right? That's how so you paid for it, but it doesn't mean the other person got away. See, now, if you go and give the $20 bill to someone else because you feel like someone did you wrong, that's the same game the narcissist is playing, and you're going to have to pay for that. Where, in this case, you can receive a blessing by just letting it go. The narcissist doesn't know how to let shit go. They want to go back and forth with you. It's something that they have to practice, with years, because their anger or their temper or their need to feel like they're smarter than everyone gets in the way. So this is something that you're going to run across a lot of people, and some of them might be narcissists, some of them might not be. And you have to be the one to determine if this is something you can let go. Is this going to affect me? Or if I try to fight back or defend myself, is it going to hurt me more? And it doesn't mean that you don't have the right to voice your opinion. You could always voice your opinion, but the problem with narcissists is you could tell them not to cross your boundaries, and what they like to do is cross them even more. You get me? So you're going to run across some narcissists that they see that you're a strong person. They're not playing with you. They're not going to overstep your boundaries. You have some that are going to keep playing with you, right? And the reason they keep playing with you is because they think you're stupid. So when you become mentally even stronger and wiser and smarter, and you're catching everything from the start, the simple introduction that is fake, them introducing themselves, and you catch it right there and then, instead of thinking, oh, it's positive vibes, oh, good energy, blah, blase, and you're like, oh, this person's being nice, I have good energy, that's why. Stop bringing yourself into that delusional, because it's like, yeah, you can manifest things, but you also know how in order to manifest things, you have to learn how to block certain things, because certain things aren't part of your manifestation. So when these people come into your life, they're not part of your manifestation. Just because you feel good and you're positive does not mean they feel good and they're positive. So you could be giving positive energy to someone who's negative, and now they tasted some of your positivity, and now they want to keep getting more fuel. And then they want to break you down because they want to feel like, I'm really smarter than you and your positivity is really fake. No one's really that positive, because they're burnt out of all their positivity, all the good energy, the light. They're burnt out of that. They made their choice and they stuck to it, and they feel like they can't change. So they're going to enjoy the position the role that they were placed in. They feel like, I was placed into this villain role, so I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it to the end. I've lied so much. I've fooled people so much. I'm good at it. All I have to do is, gaze into their eyes, make conversation. I could either come on really strong, or I can kind of back away a little bit and act kind of like antisocial, because I know that's going to make me look mysterious and not so thirsty the way I really am. I'm really thirsty, but I'm going to try to act like the cool guy. This is a whole woman in a man's body, and they're trying to portray the image of a masculine man, like a real man. This isn't a real man. They're wanting to be a real man because they want to just have sex with you or use you for supply. It's turning them on, the fact that they want to use you. That's what turns them on. They're like a whore. Like, oh, money turns me on. I'm slut for money. I'll give up my soul for money. I don't care. It makes me feel good. And then when I go out in the world, I act like I'm better than everyone because I'm getting fast money. But then again, guess what? Your reputation, your energy, everything is going down. You're decreasing your value in the spiritual realm, and it's going to manifest in the physical realm. So the narcissist likes to get with people they feel like they're going to end up, they almost target you because they feel like you're not fully awake, and you don't know the spiritual side of it. People act like a lot of narcissists aren't spiritual, but they are spiritual, but not in the way that you are. It's on a different scale, it's like a whole different world of, they're looking at things like they're gods. They're blessed. That's why they can talk about God. They can go preach in churches. They could go talk to you about God. They can act spiritual with you, and they're like demons. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll use the name of God in vain, because they themselves view themselves as gods, as creators, because their blessings come in taking from people. Their blessings come in taking that, someone accidentally left something in your car. They're going to take it. You know, they feel like that's a blessing. You should have never left that in my car. And they know it belongs to you, but they won't give it to you because it's a blessing to them. They're like scavengers. You know what I'm saying? If you don't charge them for something, let's just say you don't charge someone for something, for a service, you forget to charge them for the service fee. The narcissist is going to be like, I'm not going to say anything because it's a blessing instead of a real blessing, which is, hey, you know what? You know, your energy, you know, you're not coming off too strong. You're not expecting anything of me. And I have a lot of scavengers that come in here. I see something different about you. Hey, I'm going to take this service fee off. And I could just tell that's going to make your day. That's a blessing. You know, the narcissist is the type of person to, you know, give you that fake $20 bill and, you know, they don't feel any type of way about it. They don't care that you might get in trouble for a simple $20 bill. You know, they're like, oh, I got my blessing. You know, someone gave it to me. I gave it to someone else. And that's, they don't feel, they're not going to think about it for the rest of their day. They're not going to think about it because they're so used to doing evil, and evil is so used to coming back to them that they feel like there's no escaping evil. So they might as well be evil. You know what I'm saying? And even when they try to play the nice role, they're like, I already try to be the nice guy. I already try to be the nice girl. That don't work because there's no balance. This person has no balance in good and evil. They're more evil than good. So then they just give in to that evil, you know, and their desires and their sins. But when it comes to the narcissist, instant karma, you know, to the narcissist, they always get instant karma, but this is the reason they have to prey on vulnerable people or people who are, you know, who aren't fully aware of who they are. It's because usually they're used to instant karma. So when they get with a good supply, a nice supply, a good person, they realize that the instant karma isn't hitting them as quick because they're almost under your wing. They're trying to act like you're under their wing, but they're actually under your wing. Even if they're buying you things, being nice to you, there's something demonic behind those eyes. And you know it. You're almost like, oh, this person, the image looks good, but there's something like empty. And they're not letting you know. They're like, oh yeah, we're going out on a dinner date, you know, order some drinks and nice. They seem very nice, but it's something else dark behind their eyes, and you could feel it. You could sense it. And sometimes when you don't know about narcissism, you still feel it, but you go against what you're feeling because of what you're seeing, right? What you're seeing is not real. What you're seeing is a criminal. What you're seeing is a mask. So the narcissist feels like, hey, no face, no case. If you don't know who I really am, there's no case against me. There's no karma against me, no bad karma. You can't see the real me. I'm putting the mask. No face, no case. I can use you, abuse you if you don't know who I am. So this is why they'll tell you who they are. And at the same time, they'll tell you what they want out of the relationship that's not really true, so that you can almost like doubt yourself. It's kind of like, you know the answer to something in a test, but for some reason you got a multiple choice and you're like, I don't know how to, I don't know how to answer a multi-choice question. I know these are the things, but what if I don't really know my craft? But what if I don't really know what I'm studying? Maybe this is part of the answer. So you're second guessing yourself now. And you're like, okay, the narcissist is like, come on, if you feel like that's what it is, just answer it. So you'll erase it. You're like, you know what? No, And that's how the narcissist feels. This is how the narcissist feels protected from their karma. When the narcissist comes across a real ass person, they usually get their instant karma. Sometimes you even get to see it, which is kind of crazy. You see it in front of your eyes, and they're looking at you like, damn, you got me. Or if you know, got this information down packed, and you know that people get karma in different ways, and they use empaths and people. This is why they like keeping a lot of friends and people, because they're hiding behind their mask under different people, under different, names. They're connecting themselves to different entities. They're like aliens at this point. And what you don't know is that once you know that that's an alien, that's a entity that you thought you knew, there's something deeper in there, there's something wicked, dark in there, they'll flee from you. When you know the truth, they flee from you. They might come and they are looking at you kind of funny. They're looking at you like animals. Like, I don't know if I should get close to you. They might even tell you, I don't know if I could trust you. Did you put poison in my food? They don't even trust you. And you're wondering, what the hell's wrong with this person? They're scared to get burnt because you know the full truth, the full level of wickedness that you're dealing with, to the point where you're like, I can't be around this person. I'm getting sick. They know. So they almost feel like they're doing you a favor when they leave, because it's like they look at it like you could have died. I'm going to leave now. Yeah, you're really ill, you're sick, you're stressed out, all this shit going on with you, but it could have been worse. I could have took my rage out on you. An accident could have happened. I could have pushed you off a cliff. They're thinking a whole bunch of crazy shit in their head. You're just not seeing it as that, because they know now that the level of it's all about information. The narcissist has a lot of information. They just don't share it with you. You're the one who shares it with them, and then they know what to work with. They're like a salesman. They're like, okay, I know what to work with. So this is why they don't get their instant karma at first. And it seems like it's hitting you. And it is hitting you. It is hitting you. So you're like, what the hell? So you feel like you got more bad karma than they did because you were around them. But it was hitting you, and you were the wrong person it was hitting. So now that you're well aware, what you don't know is that the same shit they did to you, it's kicking them in the ass left or right. They have to pay for that. That time they wasted with you, they were wasting their own time too. You always think about your time being wasted, but the narcissist wastes their own time, and they know that. They feel like they're soulless. They feel like, I'm bored. I'm just finding a host. They go around from host to host. They don't look at people the way you look at people, or love the way you look at love, relationships. They're looking for a host. You were a host to them. That's why you feel drained. That's why you don't feel like yourself when they leave. Because you were a host. They were possessing you. They were possessing you to think, to do whatever they wanted you to do or live. They wanted to be under your wing. They wanted to take your time. They wanted to use you as a shield, as a host. That spirit in them was getting fuel off of you. So you think they want you to believe, oh, karma doesn't exist. That's why they try to make it seem like they're just so happy when they leave. How the fuck are you that happy when you leave, when you were already cheating before? Like you were already cheating before. They monkey branch. So it doesn't even make sense when they start to boast about it or send you pictures or post things online, because now it's them doing it on purpose to make you feel some type of way. Because if you were happy with this person, you should have been gone. Should have been stopped playing with me. You should have just been gone, right? Or you should just stay gone and leave me alone. But they want to yell at you. They want to laugh at you. They're like bullies, like kids. It's scary in an adult body. And you're like, you want to think of people like, even if a relationship doesn't work out, you still want a level of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might not talk for a while. If you have children with these people, you want to get to a point where maybe one day we'll be able to talk and be friends. But right now, let's just make it about the kids and be cordial until we both heal or move on, right? You want to give people respect. But them motherfuckers do not have any respect. They know they're getting karma, but they want you to believe everything is good when they monkey branch. Because, see, they're getting karma, but the other person doesn't know the bad karma because they're wearing that happy face with them, you know? And eventually they're going to start having the sob stories, the this happened to me, my ex did this to me. And they're going to play the victim with this person because they're getting instant karma. And they already know it's coming from you, or they already know where it's coming from. And this is why they avoid certain people in public when they bump into them, because that person is a reminder. When they bump into certain people, it's a reminder that they did something to that person. So sometimes you might bump into people and they might act like they're cool with you, but sometimes that person did something to you that you weren't aware of. Or sometimes you did something to that person that you are unaware of, and now the universe is bringing it up and it's making you think about it. And it might have happened in your childhood, but it's karma when you think, oh wow, I went through something that I did to this person or that person did to me. So the narcissist knows this. This is why they get so much backlash and bad karma, because they know all this information. They know, they know. But their whole thing is, I didn't get what I wanted out of life or out of whatever, or I'm still working. They're always telling you, I'm still working towards my dreams. And while they're doing that, they're still making the same mistakes. So you have to be careful with those type of people that are just like, they're trying to act like they're dream chasers, just like you. You're chasing your dreams regardless, but they're actually dream killers. Because someone who's a dream chaser is going to want to watch other people also shine. They're going to want to get with you so you both can chase your dreams. They're going to support dreamers, right? But they want you to support them while killing your dream. And then they expect their dreams it's like they're like, oh, I got to sell you out. Got to sell you out. That's because they're so used to living in that frequency of using others to get anywhere, because their frequency is so low. That's their definition of blessings. That's their definition of godly features, So they'll get instant karma, and then while you're going through stuff, they'll just sit there and watch you. They know they're killing your dreams, but they feel like by killing your dreams, theirs are gonna come true. That's why they're happy. They're jumping up and down with excitement almost. They want to throw the new person in your face. Like, oh, I finally got what I wanted. I couldn't get, this is a supply that I wanted the whole time. This is the supply I couldn't afford. This is the type of supply that didn't want to give me the time of day. This is the supply I was giving more fuel to than you. All those times you felt like I was doing more for strangers and other people than you. You were right. I was. You didn't deserve it. You didn't deserve it. Don't you think it's crazy how certain people will do more for their friends or strangers, even your own family? They'll do more for others. They'll go to church and act like good people and givers and stuff, but they don't give to the people that need it the most. They know, they've watched you. They know your background. You know what I'm saying? And they don't, and even if they don't give you anything as far as help, I'm talking about giving even as far as information, You could be someone who, you have certain goals and you talk to certain family about these goals because someone, was offering you an opportunity, and they're the ones that will tell you, I wouldn't take that opportunity, or I don't really, it's like they'll try to make it seem like you are not capable of doing the things that they're doing, or they're acting like you're trying to copy them or something. And sometimes people come to you with opportunities and you're just referring to this person, not because you want to be like them, but because you already know they're in that field and someone's giving you an opportunity. And you're like, oh, let me just talk to this person because I know that's what they're into. You're networking with them, because they act like they're dream chasers. And here's a dream that is presented to you. So here you go telling. These people are dream killers. You can't tell them anything because they get instant karma and they're hating on you because you're getting instant blessings, So to them, it's like no face, no case. If I don't show that I'm hating on you, if I show that I'm concerned or I think you could do better in something else, they're going to put a mask like they're happy for you, or they feel like you deserve better or you deserve something else. Or they might even wear a mask where they just feel, they're acting like you don't deserve it, and that's supposed to be your reality. Like this is the reality of it, but no, that's their reality of you and their perception of you, and they're just trying to bring you down because they don't want to see you do better. They don't want to see you do better than their family, than their children. These are sick people. They might even feel like, they're in a competition with you because they want their children to be more successful than you. They're psychos. So they're gonna, put you down. So you have to be careful with that. You have to be careful with those type of people who, it seems like they're a happy family, but and they're getting all type of blessings, and here they are, the soccer mom is putting other kids down because certain kids don't have their parents, but the other kids that don't have their parents might be better at the sports because they don't need nobody to clap for them. They're clapping for themselves, and here they go trying to put their negative energy on them, bring you down because you don't have your parents there. And then you don't know that this person is constantly having instant karma in their life, but here you are believing whatever their definition or their visualization of you is, So they put a mask. People that want to bring you down put mask. They feel like no face, no case. They can hurt you. They can physically hurt you, and then they can run away before the police gets there. They can run away before God gets there, before you realize how real God and evil is, and you finally have a full understanding, because you could have been brought up in the church and then pulled away from the church and then went into the devil's world. And now you're like, oh no, there is a God, because in the times where you really thought you were going to give up, miracles were happening because God wanted to bring you back, And then now you have an understanding, but they're trying to fool you that the other side is better. It's better if you have the energy to be playing with demons every day, and us as empaths, we don't have the energy to play with demons every day, all day. They don't get tired. They love that shit. They love being in la la land because they feel like in this world, there's so many rules, but these rules don't matter. They were man-made. They were man-made, so I create my own rules in this world. Because they feel like as a society, we're enslaved. That's how the narcissist feels. So they feel like if I'm gonna be a slave, I'm gonna be a slave master my damn self. That's how they feel, straight up. So they're sick. They're sick people, and they only want to pull you away from the truth, so that they can gain sources and supply from you. But they do get instant karma. They constantly live in their karma. And that's why they inflict so much pain on you. And they always feel like, okay, I'm going to inflict pain on you. And they always know just how much pain you can take. And then they stop. And it's all about pain tolerance, Because to them, it's like if you keep feeling pain, you still feel. To me, you could try to cause me pain, but I don't feel nothing. You're going to be slapping me with whips and I'm going to be laughing and shit. It's a whole demon. It's a whole demon in there. It's a whole Jezebel spirit, So yeah, they feel like no face, no case. If you're an empath, you're not fully awake. This is why they prey on the young, on the people that aren't fully awake, because if you don't have a complete understanding, and the only way you're going to have a complete understanding is through experience, really, because the game is sold and not told. So yeah, I can give you information, and but you're still going to have to get gamed up. Somebody's still going to game you up. The difference is that the more information you have, you won't get gamed up for so long because you have too much information. So you might get conned, but you're not going to be able to get conned the same, You know, as long as you keep your eyes open. The moment you close your eyes, that's when they get you, because they're like, oh, you're having fun. See, in their world, it seems like they're having fun, but when they're having fun doing evil, it's for a purpose.